Americans of Reddit, what would you do if the United States were invaded? Probably go hide in the mountains and see if there are any resistance groups there. It's all fun and games for the invaders until they are marching through Appalachia and the mountains start speaking Banjo Lamau. Edit: to all of the Appalachians discussing their well-thought-out resistance plans, I salute you. To those who are saying shit like we YLLTREULK the Invada RSDHN, I have my very own secluded land in the mountains of my state. I am not coming to take your jobs. It is literally impossible for the US to be invaded in any significant way. Canada could come from the north and Mexico from the south simultaneously and they'd still get beat back easily. And the military is only half of what they'd have to worry about. There are millions of Americans whose lifetime dream is to take up arms and defend our turf. Even if every single nation on the planet decided to take us down, nuclear annihilation for everyone is more likely than a successful invasion and takeover. Watch on my phone as the US military swatted whatever invasion attempt away and then systematically dismantled one or more countries for trying that shit. Edit: you know your drunk friend who's convinced that he could totally take all 6 cops that just wandered into the bar? That's what literally any other country talking about trying to invade the US is. Well, no, if the drunk friend was talking about how he could march down to the police station and kick all their asses, that might be closer. Since any realistic invasion of the US would have to be preceded by softening the targets with a few tactical nuclear strikes, I'm guessing my radiation shadow would just sit there, living in a target city, as I do. Shall we expect some transatlantic military giant to step the ocean and crush us at a blow? Never. All the armies of Europe, Asia, and Africa combined, with all the treasure of the earth, our own excepted, in their military chest, with a Bonaparte for a commander, could not by force take a drink from the Ohio or make a track on the Blue Ridge in a trial of 1,000 years. At what point then is the approach of danger to be expected? I answer: if it ever reaches it must spring up amongst us, it cannot come from abroad. If destruction be our lot we must ourselves be its author and finisher. As a nation of freemen we must live through all time or die by suicide. Abraham Lincoln, 1838. Ah ha 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 ha. The worst thing an invading force can do is unite the heavily armed American population to a single cause. Make sure my tractor is in top shape and begin collecting tanks. Invaded by who? A foreign country. I'd just let the military handle it. Aliens, well, forget it, I'd just try to hide. Laugh. The rest of the world combined doesn't have the amphibious craft necessary to launch an invasion of the lower 48. This invasion force also somehow managed to get past the most deadly navy in the world. A single supercarrier task group alone is enough to take out the navies of most nations. In case anyone wants to make the case for China, please remember that 90% of the Chinese Navy can't sail more than 1,000 miles from the Chinese coast, is significantly smaller in terms of tonnage, and has literally zero experience in fighting a naval war. We would have a tougher time with Japan, or the Brits. Fun fact, but in case you're not aware, there are more guns than people in the United States. American gun culture means that before the National Guard, Army, or other local armed government agencies become involved, they'd have to fight their way through a populace that would relish the opportunity to personally beat back invaders. This doesn't even consider the numerous military bases all along the coasts. Any invasion force wouldn't have much room to operate in while receiving a beating from every side. Canada lacks the population and materiel to make it happen. Mexico wouldn't have a much easier go of it either. America seems riven with political discord at the moment, but this would unify us in a way virtually nothing else would. I'll leave you with one of my favorite Abraham Lincoln quotes. From whence shall we expect the approach of danger? Shall some transatlantic military giant step the earth and crush us at a blow? Never. All the armies of Europe and Asia could not by force take a drink from the Ohio River or make a track on the Blue Ridge in the trial of 1,000 years. No, if destruction be our lot we must ourselves be its author and finisher. As a nation of free men we will live forever or die by suicide. Watch the show as the invader learns why we don't have healthcare.